to hang out with Tara Long and Anthony Carboni while they were doing all sorts of cool fire experiments for their show Hard Science, which you should totally watch and subscribe to if you don't already. As I was helping Tara light Anthony on fire, I'm not joking, we did that, I was thinking to myself, first of all, oh my god, if something goes wrong, I'm going to be partially responsible for a man burning to death. And considering how dangerous it is, how often kids are obsessed with it. Oh! Oh god! Here are a few blazingly astounding facts from the National Fire Protection Association. And yes, there probably will be a lot of fire puns in this video. Who are the likeliest culprits of fires that fire departments respond to? Preschoolers and kindergartners. Who gave little Johnny a lighter? Between 2005 and 2009 in the United States, children started more than 56,000 fires around the country, killing 110 people and causing $268 million worth of property damage. We didn't start the fire because it was probably kids, because they're always starting fires. Even though most accidental fires are started by younger children, according to fire experts, our adolescent fire interest peaks at age 12. Why are kids so obsessed with fire? From birthday candles, campfires, trying to kill bugs by lighting fires with sun's reflections through magnifying glasses. That might be a little bit more disturbing behavior. Evolutionary anthropologist named Daniel Fessler at UCLA actually researched this very topic. And if you're thinking that it has something to do with evolution, well, your brain is on fire. Fessler contends that our childhood fascination with fire is actually an evolutionarily ingrained psychological mechanism that we developed because fire was so integral to our human survival. And if you look at cultures in more developing nations where fire might be used as a daily tool, you see kids as young as 5 years old being taught how to safely set and use fires. He even says that on average 7-year-olds are usually able to master fires. But here in the West, due to things like modern electricity and other conveniences, we usually have no need to regularly build fires or teach children how to build fires. So he contends that our fascination with fire lasts into adulthood. It's essentially a holdover from our psychological instinct to learn fire that we never fulfilled in our childhood. Really, all of this unfulfilled childhood desire is actually starting to sound a little more Freudian than Darwinian, but his theory makes sense. Even though today we might think of fire more in the sense of danger and prevention, our early ancestors would have considered it more of a tool for living, not dying in a pile of burning ash. Which was the fear instinct kicking in my brain as I was lighting Anthony Carboni's arm on fire. For that reason, kids being interested in fire and wanting to know how it works and even experiment with it some is totally natural, unless that kid is starting to set fires and play with fires repeatedly, even after he or she is told not to. That's when you might want to sit the kid down and see if there might be some underlying issues at hand. But those underlying issues, speaking of which, might not necessarily be pyromania. Pyromania, which is an impulse-controlled disorder, is very uncommon. Most arsonists aren't actually pyromaniacs at all. There's one landmark study looking at a group of 200 arsonists. Of those, only 2 could be classified as pyromaniacs. Not only that, even though there's a stereotype of boys being a little more pyromaniacal, girls are actually a lot likelier to be pyromaniacs than boys. It's an incredibly rare disorder, but it seems to affect overwhelmingly girls, whereas most convicted arsonists are men. Are there any fire lovers in our midst? Let me know in the comments below. Also, it'd be really cool to hear from people who might do things like fire breathing and other interesting things with fire, not just setting things on fire and watching them burn to the ground. And hey, be sure to watch me, Tara Long, and Anthony Carboni holding fire and doing other really cool things over on Hard Science.